Hey everybody, and welcome to the next episode of Satisfactory. Number 17. The copper is all run. That was last episode. Today, I'm going to have to tackle concrete. I have no choice. I did a little bit of preemptive work on it, running some lines and such. Not a huge amount. I just ran the limestone underneath the whole factory over to this side and set it all up, but I introduce all that. If you're liking the series, please help out the channel, subscribe. If you're liking individual shows, please smash that like button. You're helping the channel out huge. And you let me know that I'm actually doing a good job. This is, I've said it a long time ago. I haven't said it a while. This is my first foray into editing videos, doing stuff like this. I've gamed for years. I never did this stuff. Probably should have started a long time ago, but I didn't. Anyways, never too late, right? Anyway, I hope you enjoy the episode, and thanks for joining me. Okay, so I got my stone run. I just went underneath the belts here, ran it all the way down to where that other miner comes in. I also have another stone line that runs all the way from the far end of the factory and runs under here, and if I get any more, I'll just run it into there. Wow. You know what? I need to... I need to empty that out now. Don't need that anymore. I got wire running upstairs. I forgot all about this place down here. So it's pretty simple. You just set up a sink. Power it up. And run a line straight into it. Okay. Give that some time to run, and then I'll... I don't need any wire on me, so... That'll chew it up and do what it needs to do. And I can get rid of all this stuff down here. So you can run straight off of that. Don't need a pole. And I haven't tapped this one yet either. It's a normal. It's nothing wrong with it. It'll pump 120. I just haven't tapped it yet. I had so much copper coming in from other sources that I didn't see a purpose in tapping that one. Okay, so we're doing good down here. Now I need to go upstairs. It's only 5. I'm going to run 6 though. So these all... Will that work? That looks better. And am I balancing? Yes, I am. You betcha. No, I don't like how that worked out. Interesting. Clicking too fast. Ho, ho, ho. Don't fall. Why does that not look right? Because it isn't. Trying to build too quick. Okay, so a stack of 9 constructors will be the same as these. So 1.5 is where I start. Blueprints. You know, I don't have. Huh. I never made them. Silly me. Okay, so I got all my concrete run up here from the basement after it's been split and everything else. So now my math dictates that I need 51.4 of these. Wow, I don't have enough for that. So I only have 840. 840 divided by 45, which is the intake, is 18 of these. There is no other use for limestone in the game. So I'm going to make a double stack of concrete makers. And let's leave enough space. Let's try there for a sec here. Nope, not enough. So I'm going to go with this one. One more. Yeah. And it's 1.5. Okay. Okay. I saw my green line. Come on. There you go. And we're left with 1.5. Nope, more. What happened there? I went too many. I am a fool. Go. And there you go. 1.5. Ha 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 ha. Okay, anyway. 8. There we go. So this goes. Why won't you? I don't really want to come from that. I want to come from this side. Why won't you? There you go. And a ramp. Oh, that's why I'm on Zoop. Gotcha. And straight. And go. And there. Back on Zoop. That one comes up that side, so this one's going to come up this side. And it's... Oh. Okay. Want to be on. There we go. And straight away. Couple corners. Okay, so one comes up one way, one going the other way. Now we are back to concrete blueprint. This is definitely in. Let's H that there. I think I'm one. You go one to the right. Yeah. I knew it. And yeah, we're all nice and centered. Okay. We should be good. Power the place up and should be good to go. Yeah, everything's looking lined up. Everything's looking good. Okay. So now, let's see. 45 times 3 is 135. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, and I can save the others. So how do I want to do this? Let's go there. 1, 2. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. So a splitter. That looks too high. Let's go there. That was just great. Okay, fantastic. So that will work. So then that'll run all of those. 45 times 6 is 270. So that's what we're bringing in. Okay. I got no power yet, so. So that looks like that's the way it's going to go. Okay, so, okay. All are working. All is well with the world. Okay, 4. Okay, and that saves enough for the other 3 to go somewhere else to do the other 3. Or the other 9. 18. Those are all full. Yep, okay. It's working, it's working. Okay, and everything's hooked up right. Okay. So now these spit out 15 per, yeah. So I can actually do the entire thing into one line. Yeah, because 9 times 15 is only 135, so I can do the entire thing into one line. And I won't be over-abusing myself here. Okay, so let's do merger. Go there. I'm one off, of course. Let's give myself a bit of room. How can we... So if we figure out the bottom one, that's not going to work for me. That's going to work. And that goes into there. He goes into there. That all works. That's probably going to look a little neater. Entire thing goes downstairs. Like so. Okay. And then from there, we need to run it that direction. Okay, so I really want to come out here. We need to figure out where it's going in. I think it's first right by silica, isn't it? Nope. First one in the middle. Ooh. Okay, so I got it on this side. Well, I could run it. does it ever run a long distance? And it would have to go under those 3. No way to get around those. I could come in here on this road. Wow. Okay, so there, follow the road. Be there. So we're coming in there. So that means 1, 2. Straight. Oh, steel beam. Hey everybody. Post-edit here. I'm leaving a lot of this stuff in. I got real quiet during this. Sometimes I do that when I'm thinking or overthinking. But I wanted to leave a lot of, well, basically this routing through the ceiling. I guess on one hand, it's a headache of my own making. But I know later on down the road, I may or may not need some of these spaces, some of this room, some of this real estate, basically. It gets really chaotic right around the hub, of course. The mall that I basically put up for all of my parts and pieces. But it can get kind of nasty at some of these junctions as well out in the rest of the base. Trying to route things around this level, it does become, well, it's a work of art, kind of. You could call it that. But I just thought I'd kind of bust in here and let you know, even though it's going to get quiet at times because I start, I don't know, I get tired or I'm thinking, one of the two. But it's a route, reroute, check, recheck, fix mistakes, come back. Oops, I put it down the wrong line. You know what I mean? It's not in the right place. All sorts of things. And I am kind of a stickler for making things, well, appear normal or straight, I should say. Not normal. I'm not a normal person. But I have to make them look straight and organized. And some of the tricks I use, I'll try to get better in some of the tricks I'm using for doing some of this routing. And when I'm not happy like this one I'm going to come up with right here. I'm not happy with it because it didn't work out for me. And so I had to do it in a way. I'm going to redo it. I'm not too sure what I'm going to do, but I'm going to redo it. The kind of the whole purpose behind having the logistic level down here is it's to keep it off of the main floor. It's to keep as little amount of belts and belting that I can off that main level. You will see later on what the plan is for that main level. I let it out in an episode here. It's basically going to look like a downtown of a city. It's pretty much what it's going to look like. And well, I thought it would look neat if I, got it done that way, rather than this unfinished factory upstairs. But in order to get that done, I need to be as little or as small of a footprint as possible up there. And, well, the only way I can think of doing that is to make most of the chaotic belting happening down here. Works for me anyways. I don't know. I don't know. Works for me. Anyways, I'll end the edit here and I'll get back to it. But yeah, it's an interesting headache to belt everything up into the roof and work with it and have to argue with it and all the rest of that. And yet keep it all straight. It's Anyway, I hope you're enjoying the episode. If you are, hey, leave me comments down below. I know not everybody's going to agree with the way this particular factory. I've never done this. This is not my patented or whatever way of doing it. This is, I just, was contemplating I'm going to make a Satisfactory. I'm going to produce it for the channel. And how should I do that? Well, what have I never done? What have I never attempted or tried to task? Or that's basically what I came up with. Anyways, I hope you're enjoying the episode. And we finally got concrete. Woohoo. That looks better. Yeah, you don't even see it happening on that one. Okay. So, concrete's up. Wires up. Alrighty. So next in the pipeline, I should get on to reinforced iron plate, rotors, and stators. Modular frames, yeah, the whole stators, motors, the whole ball, the whole gambit. And they're full going up. Everything's looking good. Except for you. Huh. Why is this mine? Oh, well, I guess it needs power, eh? Oh, dirty. Okay, well. that's 120. For 960. Okay, so now five in, 4, 5, yes. So 120, 240, 240, 240, and 120. Yeah, that's 5. And that is 960. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Yeah, 4, 8, 12, 960. Yep. Okay. So, let's put a 960 per minute. And then 810 per minute in, and 18 times 15 is 278 per minute. Really do out. Okay. Alrighty. And eventually that'll back up. Still, I got a solid pipe. Or well, a solid belt. Yeah, that's pretty solid. Don't really like how this works though. Don't like it at all. There. That makes it even. My tea's gone cold. Building too much. Okay. So that'll pull equally from each to shove it down that line. And that runs at 270. So it's not like I'm going to back up. I mean, I've backed up enough. The whole system will back up. As soon as the concrete gets filled, it'll back up. Okay. Now, you notice I'm not sinking anything of these yet. And that's a yet, by the way. Only because I need as much as I can get, as fast as I can get it. This stuff will get sunk eventually. And then I'll be moving the downspouts and whatnot. I'll just put a sink right in here. That's what all this room is for. And then same as the other ones. Far side, I believe, is where I got room for this one. Well, might not have room for that. I don't necessarily have to sink such a low commodity as wire. In the end, it'll all get, yeah, it'll all go. Okay, well. Okay, so that sets the bottom one up for a sink. I did not hook the top one into it because that would be a logistic nightmare. And the top one I'm going to make sure that I use for crystal oscillators, all the rest of that. That's all going to get used eventually down the road. But the bottom's going to continue to run. So that's cool. I'm not going to put a sink on these as yet. One, I don't have the room. I kind of ran out of room. I could put one like right here, but that would just, there's no point. But I did have I don't want to call it a rule or like it wasn't written in stone, but I wanted to sync everything in this so that my lines were always continuously running. Everything is continuously running. Right now I've been avoiding stuff like steel beams and whatnot because, well, I'm using so many of them for belts and such like that. So that's going. That felt pretty good. I'm also not going to put a sink on, or should I? I do have a single line coming out. I could do it to line that up properly. And then up top, we're going to use a smart splitter. So it's in there. And left, center is nothing. Done. Left is any. Right is overflow. But that doesn't incorporate organization. I always put one of these. Always, 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 always. That up today. Hey, I actually made it all nice and straight too. Right on. Okay. And then anything else goes down to here. Well, everybody, as I hook this up, I'm going to shut this episode down here. I thank you for joining me for today's episode. And, I mean, if you're enjoying the series, all the rest of it, if you enjoyed the video, smash that like button. I thank you very much in advance. If you like what I'm doing on the channel, please subscribe. You're helping the channel out huge. And a big, huge thank you to everybody that supported the channel. Everybody that watches the videos, drops by, chats, says something, comments, gives me a hard time. You know, not a problem. No issues. I miss things once in a while. No, it is what it is. But yeah, I thanks for dropping by. Thanks for watching the episode. And we'll see you pretty much in a couple days in the next one. Thank you very much, and